guys, it's JLite here, and today I'll be doing an unpopular K-pop opinions video 2021. I have enough opinions to do this video, so I'm doing it. As I said in my reacting to my friend's unpopular K-pop opinions video, I said that I was going to do an unpopular K-pop opinions video, but I didn't have enough opinions, so I ended up doing reacting to my friend's unpopular K-pop opinions. But now that I have enough opinions, I'm going to do an unpopular K-pop opinions video, and I hope that you don't get triggered by it, and I hope that you're respectful in the comments, and yeah, so enjoy and please sub to me because I'll be releasing more content every time and every chance I get. So let's go and enjoy the video. The Mamamoo performance has nothing to do with the video. I just needed something for this opinion video. So the first opinion is I really hate videos that go like most viewed MV by a group and most wins by a group, because when I look at most viewed MV by a group, it's always the same group, that ITZY, Blackpink, Twice, Red Velvet, GOT7, GFriend, A-Pink, BTS, EXO, Wonder Girls and 21, etc. like these big company groups. But I actually don't really see an underrated group there, and there are for a fact a lot of boy groups and girl groups that go unnoticed. And even though there are a lot of boy groups and girl groups who have underproduced songs, meaning not so well produced, I know that there are a lot of boy groups and girl groups who have super amazingly produced songs and they are such high quality. But fans do not want to even check out underrated groups, mainly because they are not from a big company, they are not their faves. And some people, they think that underrated means that some people think that if they're from a small company, then that means their song is not as good and not well produced, so people don't stream. K-pop underrated groups, they reach up to 600k views and they reach up to 5 million views, but they don't get enough views, and it really annoys me and it saddens me, because I've seen a lot of K-tubers, they react to underrated K-pop groups and they go like, this song is unmemorable or uniconic or something like that, or doesn't stand out. It's because they're from a small company and the company will do whatever they have in their budget to do to make a good song in an MV. They cannot produce a song that is, millions of Korean won or dollars or whatever spent on. They cannot make a high budgeted song because they're a small company, and that's what K-pop fans want. They want a high budgeted song with a high budgeted MV, tons of props, super bop song or something, or they will not stream. And a lot of underrated groups have bop songs, but people don't really know and they don't really check. And the second thing that annoys me is most wins by a group. This is annoying to me because a lot of people will stream one song for it to get 3-4 wins or 5-6 wins or up to 10 wins, while some groups who are on the road and can win a trophy don't really get a chance to win a trophy, and they stuck not even winning one trophy. Some groups they win one trophy, but other groups they have like 5-6 trophies for the same song, and like people don't even try to stream other groups and give them a chance to win trophies, but they end up streaming one song again and again for it to win multiple times instead of giving other groups a chance as well. Because even if you don't stream for one group that has plenty of wins for the same song, it's fine. Why do you need to continue streaming for the same song and giving it plenty of wins? You can use your time and effort to stream other groups as well and give them also plenty of wins for their songs and their music instead of streaming for the same group. The next opinion is people don't know the difference between underrated and underappreciated. Now, underrated means when nobody really knows who the group is in K-pop or in any of the musics. Nobody really knows who the singer group is, and the views are like 30k, 40k, 100k. Even they reach up to 10 million and they're still underrated. That's still counted as underrated. Underappreciated is when a group or a singer or something passes 10 million views and gets 11 million, 12 million, 13 million, up to 50 million views or views like that every single comeback, and people still do not appreciate the group. That's what underappreciated is. Underrated means when people don't know the group and don't stream their songs, while underappreciated is when a group passes 10 million views every comeback but people don't appreciate them. Like CLC and Dreamcatcher aren't underrated, they are underappreciated. If you look at the songs, excluding their special songs like special clip songs and their covers and dance practices and vlogs and stuff, then you notice that the MVs they pass 10 million views every comeback they make, which means they are underappreciated and not underrated. Underrated is really wrong term to use for these groups. They are underappreciated, meaning fans know they exist, fans stream their music, but fans don't appreciate them enough as they appreciate other big K-pop groups. That's why people confuse these two words together. Like, fans appreciate G-Idol more than they appreciate CLC. That's why G-Idol are more popular, but CLC are also popular, not enough popular, but they are popular enough to have fans and get the views, but they are underappreciated, they are not underrated. Please learn the difference between these two words. The next opinion is when people get shocked at idols getting plastic surgery. Like, I don't understand why people get shocked at the idols getting plastic surgery, because it's quite common in Korea to get plastic surgery. And it's really weird that some people, they get shocked that, oh, this idol has had plastic surgery, this idol has had. And you shouldn't really care if the idol has had plastic surgery or get shocked about it and stuff like that, because if the idol has had plastic surgery because they wanted to, not because they were needed to fit into the beauty standards of Korea, maybe they just wanted to have plastic surgery because they felt like it, then it's fine by them. You shouldn't get shocked at the fact that idols get plastic surgery, because it's really common in Korea for Korean people to get plastic surgery, and there's really a lot of these plastic surgery places. So it's not quite shocking to me that when I see an idol has gotten plastic surgery, because as I said, it's common in Korea to get plastic surgery, and so it's not shocking to me. If it's common for people in one country to do something, then why is it shocking for people when they find out that a person has also done the same thing which is common in the country? It's like so weird to me, and I don't really understand it. The next opinion is Luna's Star will remain one of the most underrated Luna songs, even though it's an English version, and one of the most underrated English version of a K-pop song ever. And I know for a fact that many of you all prefer voice over Why Not, and even though I loved both, I prefer voice over Why Not as well. Like, when I heard Voice by accident, I loved it so much. Like, usually I don't really check out B-sides from a group, only if I accidentally find it, or if people say the B-sides are amazing and I check it out. But I never really checked out, and I never really check out any B-sides from a group. So this came in a recommendation voice, and I listened to it and I loved it, and then I made a mashup of it on my main channel. The thing that I love about this song is that it's so calm, it's so soothing, it has such clear, clean vocals and stuff. But then when I heard Star, the English version of Voice, I fell in love with that more. And I've started falling in love with English version of K-pop songs more than the Korean versions, like Oh My God's English version, Helicopter's English version, and plenty of other English versions. I Can't Stop Me's English version and stuff. So when I heard Star, I was like, wow, this is one of my favorite Luna songs of 2020, and this could be my favorite Luna song, English version of it. And then when I saw that Star was getting an MV, an official MV, I was literally so happy and so excited, because a lot of my favorite songs from different groups and soloists were getting MVs and stuff. Like Hwasa's LMM is my favorite Hwasa solo song, that got an MV. ITZY's Be In Love is my favorite ITZY song, that got like sort of an MV thing. And Luna's Voice / Star got an MV, and I was like so happy. I don't really know the Luna members, I want to stan them, but this song was definitely top tier, and people should literally give more attention to it. It has passed 1 million views, but it hasn't even reached like about 10 million views as yet. And this song is so underappreciated by fans, and people need to appreciate this song more, because their vocals are so godly and so heavenly, and I really just love this song so much. Next opinion is Pretty Savage wouldn't have been a good title track than Lovesick Girls for the album. I've seen a lot of K-tubers say that, Pretty Savage was a better song or something like that, or it would have been a good title track. And no, it wouldn't have been a good title track, because if you notice, Pretty Savage, just like Kill This Love and How You Like That, is a part 3 of Do 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 Do. And if Blackpink had Pretty Savage as a title track and put Lovesick Girls as the B-side, then they would have had another Do 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 song, Do 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 structure song. It would have been the same exact structure as Do 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 Do, and we would have had another Do 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 come back, and we wouldn't have had any diversity in Blackpink's discography. So Pretty Savage is a good change up in the discography, because it has an amazing instrumental, It has amazing vocals, a proper chorus, Jisoo Rose singing, Jen Lisa raps. It has a proper ending. It has everything you need in a song, and it was a perfect song. But if you put Pretty Savage as the title track, then we'll get the same boring structure. People will still stream the song, but people will complain how it's the same boring structure, how it's like another do and stuff like that. And me, along with many other Blinks, would want a different song for the other comeback. So if they continue releasing do type songs and not putting them for B-sides and stuff, then where's the diversity in Blackpink's discography? Because for the do and Kill This Love mini albums, they've only had B-sides that were diverse and not the title track. So I think that Lovesick Girls would have been is a better title track than Pretty Savage, and Pretty Savage is not a good contender to be a title track for the album. So Week's live performance added in the background has nothing to do with the opinion. I just added them because they're distributed by Wonder K, which is my opinion about Wonder K. So this is the final opinion for the video, where I've seen comments on other music distribution channels like Binal Entertainment, Super Soundbugs, or Blending, or any of these music distribution channels. I've seen that people comment that if this was distributed by Wonder K, or this group should be distributed by Wonder K, and they will get views, and people agree, and in the comments they go like I agree and stuff. And I completely think it's false that to say that if you were distributed by Wonder K you would get a lot of views and stuff. It's completely false, because you will only get views if you are a former member of a popular group or a produced group debuting in a new group, if you are from a financially stable enough company to get to debut with a good MV, or if you are from a popular group that disbanded and you are a new member in a group, in that new group, or if you are a popular member from a former group, or if you are from a group that is hyped up before debut. So it's completely wrong to say that Wonder K will give you views if you were distributed under them, because there are a lot of groups that are on Wonder K. Like you look at OK Girl Group and A Week, whose performance I views, they also are distributed by Wonder K. But OK Girl Group song You Don't Know My Mind has currently I think 40k plus views, while A Week have done different songs and distributed by Wonder K, and their views are highest up to 20k views. So it's completely wrong to say that if you were distributed by Wonder K you would get views, because Wonder K keeps uploading every single day like new songs by soloists and duo groups and stuff, and live versions and stuff. But there's music, the people whose music gets distributed by Wonder K don't even get like a lot of views, like 100k plus views. They get like 1k views, highest up to 10k 20k. They don't get high amount of views. And the 20 million subs on Wonder K that are sub to them, they don't really check every single upload that is uploaded to Wonder K. Like me, I check every single upload by Wonder K if it interests me, and very few people check it out. So it's completely wrong to say that if you are distributed by Wonder K you'd get views, because even if you are distributed by a big channel with a lot of subs, you do not get the views. You will not get the views. It's unsure you'll get the views. Only if you are hyped up, you are a popular member from a former group that disbanded, you are a member of a group that disbanded that's popular, you are a member from a produced series or from a produced group, or if you are from a popular group entirely that is just distributed, then you'd get the views. Otherwise, there is a 50-50 chance you could get the views or you will not get the views. You have to have a good song and an MV to get the views, or else you will not get the views even if you are distributed by Wonder K. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you sub to me, because I'll be uploading more videos soon when I get the time or when I feel like it. And I hope you didn't find my opinions triggering, and I hope that you didn't get annoyed at the fact that I released another unpopular K-pop opinions video, even though I released 3 before this. And stay subbed and stay tuned for more videos to come. And also check out BZ Boy's Question. It's the video on the background of this outro that's playing right now, because it's such a bop though. It's a little bit underproduced as in like the vocals are not that well mixed in, but the song is such a bop though, and I really love it a lot, because the beat drop, it has a nice tropical type of beat drop it feels like, and the song is so good. So please check it out and give them all your support. I go psycho. Go. subscribe.